Hi guys, welcome back to Automobile Infos. In this video, we're going to have a look at how you can set profiles in your Mahindra BE6, XCV9E or XCV9S. So after the 6.212 updates, in vehicle apps you will now see the option of user profiles. So after this menu opens up, you click on profiles at the top right, then you click add profile. Then it says the setup process will take you through first steps to create your own profile that remembers your settings and preferences. Then you click on start setup. Now you have to create a 4-digit pin for this profile, so I will just keep a 4-digit pin, and then it will ask you to confirm the 4-digit pin, so you do that, then you click confirm. Now it asks you for name and picture. You can click here and then change the name of the profile. I will just keep Veer. Okay, and then you can keep a picture. If you click on plus, then you will see all the pictures that you've taken with this camera. Otherwise you can just keep any of these preset images. For example, for now I just keep this. Then you click on confirm. Now after you do this, it says profile created, and then you can click on profile and then go to Veer. Now it will say welcome Veer, and now the seat will move into a very awkward position, so you will need to bear with that. It will adjust everything, the seats, the lighting, the music, and it also changes your home screen. So first I will change my seat to how I like it using these buttons here, and I move it into my place where I usually keep it. Then after that, after you do that, then just to be sure, after you've set your seat, press M and then 1. You hear that chime. Then this is your home screen, so you can customize your home screen. I've already uploaded a detailed video on how to do that. I link that in the I button, but for now I will just move these, and then you can click on done, and this is now your new home screen. Other than that, all the my vehicle settings also get reset. So if I show here, in mirrors, auto dip turns off, the IRVM turns off, and even the side mirror settings, they also go back to the way they were, so you will need to adjust them from here. So I press right, and then I move this, then I move this up, press this, and also even after this press M and 1 again. You hear that chime. So now the mirrors settings is also saved. Security, just check everything. DRLs I keep them on, DRLs and carpet lamps I keep on. Then when you go to lock, I keep proximity door lock on, driver door I keep off, tires, and then in interior, the ambient lights, they also turn on, they also turn off. So you go here, I keep the brightness like this. Lights are actually off, and now they turn on. You can of course dual color and whatever color you want to keep. Then other than that, wireless charging, easy entry exit I keep on, safety, do not mess with it. All of this you turn on. Then Alexa, also you will probably need to sign in again. Also already posted a detailed video on how you can do this. So you can sign in Alexa. You will have to do this again for every profile. I actually find this pretty tedious. Then you go to media, shut this, then settings, sound experience, I keep it 3D immersive, intensity full, then custom, equalizer, adjust the bass, and then Sonic Suit, of course. Oh, this is actually new in Sonic Suit. I never noticed that drive mode was a thing here. New feature. And then from here you can change the mode, so FM, then AM, then hard drive, whatever you'd like. USB if you connect here, that also works. Then you go to energy, check that battery precondition is on. This is also a new feature where you can schedule your vehicle charging with AC charger. So you just connect the charger, and then you can see that this time the car will start charging and that time it will stop, so you can schedule a charging. Then you can go to drive assist. All of this is now reset to the basics, so lane keep assist, sensitivity, highway assist, emergency lane keep assist, then driver alert, parking, collision warning. I have actually kept this too late, early. So what happens by this early is that you get the warning early and the car applies brakes later, so you have time to yourself to apply the brakes. That is why I kept this too early. Then you have rear collision warning, cruise control, speed limit. All of these are already explained. So there is nothing as such in driver profiles. Now if I show you that, if I actually go to user profiles, also so this is the primary profile, then settings, voice assistance, Alexa, you can enable it from here. Now for example, I go to profiles and I go to valet, then cancel. Now for example, I go to guest, it will now adjust everything according to guest. So now basically I have two profiles, and guest and my own profile. Now it is saying preparing profile, so it takes a couple of minutes to sync in its system. Then so now the moment I click on my profile, the seat still comes into this weird position. The mirrors however are same. When I press 1, like my memory button, this thing actually comes to my position. This is something weird happening. I think that this is still buggy. If anybody knows how to fix this, please let me know in the comments down below. I think I followed everything how I should have. The profile is created, the media settings, sound experience, then custom, equalizer. So media settings are definitely being remembered, but my seat setting is not being remembered. I do not know why that is happening. If anybody knows how to fix it, please let me know in the comments down below. I will also research myself, and if I find anything, I'll attach it in the video. User profiles was one of the most requested videos. I wasn't filming it because usually I am the only one who drives this car, so I do not need user profiles. And also this facial recognition feature is not there in my car yet. So there is no point of user profiles if you're the only one driving, but they should have added facial recognition. Facial recognition will probably come in with the version 6.55. so now we're in 6.212. 6.55 will most likely be an OT update, and that will include facial recognition. As far as I think, it will also include a couple of other minor features, nothing more than that. In the next video, we'll look at the climate control settings. These are the new settings in smart. This keep, pop, I'll camp me. So what all these do, we'll look at it in the next video. I will definitely check out why that seat thing is happening, and will let you know for sure. Thank you so much for watching. If it helped, please give it a like. Subscribe to Automobile Infos for more such content. I'll see you in the next one. Drive safe and have a happy journey.